I've been thinking. So, it's going to take a lot of admin points to get the tech as well as core all the stuff that I want. So I really want the uh, skill 5 advisor, but at the same time, I don't want to spend the full amount on him. So I'm going to go to the ulema. I think I don't think we can get something from like that's a diplomat trader from the Demi, and I could get a skill 3 master of mint from the merchant guilds if I could get them up to 40 influence, but the ulema I can get up to 40 influence, so I will seek the support of the clergy and then recruit a minister. That takes me up to 60 influence, though. I'm not a fan of that. It might be a bad idea in the long run. But this guy's cheaper to hire. Now I can upgrade him twice after I take out a loan. Do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. 100%. We will make that money back eventually. So, should I also upgrade my diplomatic advisor? Might be an idea. Sure, we'll go for it. He's kind of old though, so might not be the best idea. Meanwhile, the war with Pamonus rages on. We have 3-ish more years. A little over 2 years, actually, before we take our next levels of tech. And I just want to be prepared on the admin front for everything. We've occupied Golconda. Can I decrease autonomy anywhere right now? Doesn't look like it. Let's switch these guys around. We have a revolt in... Where was it? Oh, Goa, okay. That's even closer. That's even closer than what I was expecting it to be. So we'll wait until one of our sieges is done before we go and like that one. Move those guys in. Have some advisors that are dying, and some cores that are being complete, and that works. That colonist is taking forever. He is traveling like halfway across the world, so makes sense. I should move these guys in. Oh wait, I didn't switch this back around. Instead, I want these two soldiers and these two cav to switch places again. And let's take all of the damaged regiments and switch them out for some undamaged ones. We will go into Vaginagar. Do I want to attack up hills? We'd actually be attacking across a river too. That has rivers surrounding it on all sides, pretty much. Let's move them in. Let's move these guys down here. These guys will go into... and then these guys will cross. 18th of March, 23rd of March, looks good. Dhimmis flout building restrictions. Despite being officially prohibited from constructing houses of worship and tall buildings, the Dhimmis in several provinces of our realm are openly disobeying the laws, and many of our cadis are too lax to respond, either because they see no harm in it, or because of the hefty bribes they can earn for turning a blind eye. We'll move towards legalism more. We've colonized Salish. And we're still making 45 plus ducats a month. 18th they'll arrive. Head up to Mysore. Move these guys on to Costa. Power of the fleet. Get recover Navy morale speed plus 10%, I think it was. I didn't pay attention to the numbers. Let's go occupy some other stuff. What's going on with this? Aid in separatists. $94 to spend there. It's pretty expensive on both cases. Why are they suddenly so high? I am going to go ahead and harsh treatment these guys, even though it's expensive to do so. They're going up to South Kanara. Let's... I don't know. Should we let them go? I don't like the idea, but... where are they going? I'd be curious to see this. Chinook is finished. Let's just keep moving up the coast over here. We'll move into colonial Alaska the same way. Chinook is the first one finished over here, isn't it? Good. I just hate how long it takes for the colonists to get there. Alright, let's watch these guys take back their land. Maybe we can stop them now. I like that idea. I think they're afraid. Move into those two. So where are they going now? Marathwada. Hills will cross a river as well, which will suck, but I feel like it must be done. Go head off that army too. We're out of manpower right now. We attacked up a hill, across a river, or no, just up hills it looks like. Because their maneuver was bad. Now we're going to bring in reinforcements, which will be the death knell. Any more forts? There is going to be one right there. We are out of manpower, completely out of manpower actually. We're also pretty much at in a total victory right now. These guys are moving in. Let's go. Siege of Costa is over. I think we've just lost one of our generals. Not one of the good ones, though. Wait a minute, did I just move these guys? Seriously? These guys are going to occupy Mogadishu. I'd offer them military access, but I don't think they really want it. We're at 99%. So where are the important centers of trade? Mostly in Ceylon. So naturally I want those, right? Bunch of people will be in a coalition against me still. Ooh, could take the River Delta provinces as well. But those are in the Bengal node, so less priority. Ceylon is closer to my home node. take high war score stuff, I guess. Moderate? And more people hate me. Take a bunch of money. And war reparations. All sound good. I can make them release some nations or a nation. Like Beglana. Which sounds like a win to me. Because that means I can declare war on them whenever our truce expires. And now how much am I paying to core all this stuff? By the looks of it, not as much as I thought it would be. We still have 110 left after that. Say overall success. We can pay back another loan, finally. Almost a second loan. I should probably let my manpower recover, as well as save up some admin points. So the second army should go to Patan, or no, it should go to Bhavnagar. Third army should go to Patan. Fourth army to Kathiawar, and first army to Ahmadabad. Fifth to Gorwar, and this one to the last one. %65% annexation on Siak. Merchants harassed. Disputes over the treatment of local merchants were not uncommon. All governments faced minor reports of unfair treatment and harassment of their merchants. At the higher levels, there were complaints about banditry and privateering occurring within or at the direction of a certain state. These issues could be resolved, but saber-rattling was always an option. Escalate the complaint. Mughals gains a diplomatic insult casts belly on Medri Bari. Merchant guilds gain 10 loyalty, or seek a diplomatic solution. We'll escalate the complaint, I guess. I have to go deal with those separatists, don't I? Before anything bad happens. Oh, great. My God, seriously, they moved in such a stupid way. Like, there couldn't have been a worse way to move. Should have stayed, and I should have made sure that they were going the right way. Are you guys going the right way at least? You are. Good. I didn't check on that guy either. Do I want a royal marriage with Siak? I think that will hurt my or hurt my legitimacy more than it'll help. Okay, Cradle rebels, they're pretender rebels though, so not as much of a threat. This is the 5th army, so they'll go to Gorwar. Religious scholars disagree. Lose admin points and prestige. This province seems like a place I take my ships a lot. Can't build a ship or shipyard here? No free building slots? Oh, I guess there aren't. Well. And yeah, that's fine. One more year until we can take tech. How much will I need for admin? I'm going to harsh treatment the Iraqi separatists. Okay. Let's take our first army and go land them in Mogadishu. Dawar Baksh Radidun, one of our advisors, must certainly be one of the greatest scholars of our time. His field of expertise in patristics and classical literature has had a great influence on theological debate in our nation. As a person of the middle ground, their views have made he a beacon for those who value liberty more than orthodoxy. His efforts will be admired throughout the realm. We get more missionary strength and some stability. We've reoccupied Mogadishu. I wish Ethiopia would take care of their rebel problems so that I didn't have to wait around. Go land these guys here. We'll repay back. We'll pay back one of our loans. Native assimilation in Salish. We've successfully colonized another place. I'm going to do something a little bit crazy. I'm going to preemptively start 2 new colonies. Because it seems like as soon as I finish one, it's going to take like a few years for these to finish, and it's also going to take more than a year for these guys to arrive. So I'm going to hope that the colonies at Klamath and the colony at Siaslaw finish at the same time. Cradle has collapsed. Still a tributary state of Ming. Russia have sown discontent among our population. Let's do harsh treatment on the Mogadishu separatists. We're at 18 absolutism. Can I lower autonomy? No. Have you guys been, like, taking care of those rebels of yours? Establish penal colony in Salish. Our colony in Salish has not been progressing as quickly as we would like. One of your advisors has, however, come up with a plan to speed up growth. They are proposing that we send thieves, debtors, and other criminals to Salish and have them pay their debts to society by working to develop the colony and eventually become settlers once their sentence is done. While this plan might seem good on paper, there is a chance a rebellion may occur due to having all these dangerous individuals in a single location. Sounds good, set it up. Sure. Hey. Let's take tech. Still ahead of time. And we will take trade ideas. Right? That is the one I decided on, right? And it's going to cost us 300 power for one idea. And whenever we complete trade, we get idea cost minus 10% and institution spread plus 10% as an admin idea, which I think will replace visionary thinkers for us. It will. Which sounds like a good idea to me. The cloth quality edict, 20% trade efficiency, that's crazy. Right, superior unit types. Before I do that. Global trade power plus 20%, that's what it is. And the superior unit types are... Oh, we got both leather cannon and an upgrade to our troops. So which do I want? The canny musket, infantry, or North Indian? Morale's not a bad thing. Shock is the same on both. Offensive morale or... Okay, so it's a choice between offensive fire and offensive morale. Or no. Offensive morale or defensive fire. In most cases, we're going to have the bigger army, so I'm going with offensive morale. Of course, defensive fire would probably cause us to take fewer losses, though I'm not terribly worried about that even. Is that it? Did you guys finish up your rebellion? Please say yes. I wish I could tell. Or like... I can't tell, can I? Is that it? No, that's the fallen separatists. I think Ethiopia has handled it. If not, I will bring my troops back here, but for now I'm taking them back to Ahmadabad. Truce with Ethiopia. 1625. Truce with Pasai should be up, right? It is. We could go to war with them now, actually. I like that idea. So instead of taking our troops to where they were going, let's take them to Batak. They're also allied with Patani, who is not allied with anyone. So I will co-belligerent them as well. But I need Ottomans declared war on their new enemy, Commonwealth. Okay, so Ottomans are at war with Commonwealth. Livonian Order and Bohemia. Commonwealth is at war with the Ottomans. I need to keep an eye on Bengal, or on whether the Ottomans will join the war if I declare join a war if I declare on Bengal. Because if they don't, if like the war goes badly for the Ottomans, I can finally break Bengal's alliance with them. I thought I did this already, but I wanted to mothball all of my forts. And we now have 63% of the trade in the Ceylon node. Unhappiness among the peasants. I'll take the hit to stability and prestige. Local militias. I think I've gotten this event before. Many military duties are not performed by the professional armies of the crown, but rather by local militias or based around the cities, castles, and forts in the various parts of our country. Gain professionalism at the cost of 30,000 manpower, or we need militias, lose 5%. We'll gain it and lose 20,000, I guess. In the meantime, let's get a new general. He's not too bad. He's basically just going to be used for drilling for now. These guys are on their way to... Okay, they're already in Pasai. We'll go ahead and declare that war. Declare Patani a co-belligerent. And it's a reconquest war for Siak. So we'll go and take on the army here. We'll even go try to trash their navy. We got something. Trade good and Salish changed to grain. Already got a disease outbreak. That's kind of unlucky, considering we have no manpower to reinforce people with. Demi's flout building restrictions again, move towards legalism. What is the Ulema's loyalty for us? 79%. Tariffs on wool, we'll try to get some decent points out of it. Not really anything great. Or actually, that was admin. That was pretty good, I think. Lost a military engineer. I'd really like to end this war before we annex Siak. Colonization successful in Nootka and in Squamish, but that's only going to be for a few months. We're at 7, which we're at only negative 25 for 7 colonies. The one in Siuslaw should finish pretty quick. Native assimilation in Squamish. Won that battle. We'll go and deal with the army here. Stack wipe. And this will be a bigger stack, or a smaller stack wipe, but still a stack wipe. And I think that's the... yes. Won the siege. Excellent. Okay, we'll take these guys over to Patani now. Do they have military access through anyone? No. Okay, so I actually have to go around and land them on the province directly. Our quartermaster has died. He wasn't the one we were hiring, so not a huge issue, I think. We're still making 30 gold a month. Maybe it is time to go up to 6 on a regular basis, colony-wise anyway. Seriously, they just got access through them. Got trade protection against Bengal. Move up to blockade their port. No, go chase after them. Okay, we'll bring our fleet down here to... Never mind, they're going to get there, aren't they? No, they're not. Thank you, Siak, for using your fleet. Cutting it close on the annexation. That's 100% war score. So, we'll annex them. Take all of their money. Or... yeah, I don't think I can pass up that amount of money. And in 15 days, we will transfer this to Siak, as well as this. These two we will take for ourselves. Not quite as much of a haul on the money as the other one. That's a full annexation, I think. Mamluks, Malacca, Pasai. Pasai's about to not exist. Brunei, Bengal, Bamanis. Malacca and Mamluks. Who cares? And now we're back down to 79%. And let's go ahead and core our stuff. We have Madurai Separatists. Go ahead and harsh treatment them. And the Iraqi Separatists. It might be a waste of military power, but I don't care. We're at 732 Splendor for this age, meaning we get to pick a power soon. Invited to Eid al-Fatir by Yarkand. Let's take these guys back to Ahmadabad and pay back the last of our loans. And can we lower our autonomy anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Lack of demand for chintz. North Konkan has long lived off the locally produced chintz, but lately they have been forced to sell their products at reduced prices. If this is due to a temporary whims of fashion or a more permanent change, it is hard to say, but it is clear that local trade is suffering. Regrettable. Growth of regimental towns. As the army becomes a way to earn a livelihood for an increasing number of our subjects, the cities that house the army installations and barracks are starting to grow under the supervision of army engineers and renovators. In Hadodi, the growth of Kota has come to the benefit of the entire province. Gain 1 base tax and local development cost and minus 15% local manpower plus 25%. And soon enough, we'll have Siak annexed. It's still slow going, but we will get it annexed eventually. And we did give them all of their cores back too, so that's helpful. Well, it's going to be helpful in the long run, I think. What is our percentage to trade in Malacca? It's 27%. We have the highest trade in that node now. You must have at least 51% of the province trade power in the region to become a dominant trade power. You currently control 2.5%. Okay. If I enable divert trade, what happens? Out of curiosity. Nothing? Really? Okay. Let's disable divert trade then. But, this episode's gone on way too long. I did get all of the wars resolved. I need to let my manpower build back up a little bit, and I think my next target will be Ethiopia again. Do we have any claims on them? Not really, no. So, let's send a diplomat there and build some claims. And that will be the next order of business.